Hey everyone, what's up? It's Zachary back again with another video. As you could tell by the title, in this video I'm making a painting. I've been working on a painting for like a week? Little more, maybe a little over a week, on and off. But I've really been getting into it the past few days, which I will show you it in a little bit. But I'm currently stopping at the store to get some more paint. I'm not almost out, I'm like halfway out of what I have, but I'm definitely gonna need more to finish it. So I decided to come get some more while part of it dries. So, oh my gosh, someone's going in their car and I really thought they were gonna open my door for some reason. Don't know why. Literally was just like an old lady. I'm not sure why I thought she was a threat to me, but anyway. Old lady sleigh. But yeah, so I'm gonna take you with me in the store to get some paint quick. And yeah, I figured I'll just do a little paint with me, chat with me. Not really sure exactly, but I'm hoping to get the painting done within like a week. So just gonna film whenever I'm working on it. And yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, let's go in the store. Store check. I can like turn off the car for now. Alright, done at the store. Only got 2 things. Well, I guess there's 12 things in this, but it's still one item, I guess. Pack of acrylic paints. Pretty much the cheapest ones there are. Yep, but they work. And then I got this big tube of white acrylic paint. And I'll mix this white with these because it makes it like spread easier and obviously makes these last longer. Also, it is so freaking cold. Let me see what actual temperature it is. I mean, considering it's only 30, which isn't so cold compared to what it will get this winter, but I don't hate the cold, but I don't love it. I actually do hate it, but I just don't want to be negative, but yeah. But it's so annoying because I feel like when it's cold, I'm like, I hate the cold. I wish it was warm. But then when it's super, super hot in the summer, I'm like, I just wish it was colder. So, I think that's a metaphor for something, but I'm not really sure what. Anyway, I'm going home now. See you there. I'm back at home now. It is in fact a couple days later, but yeah, this is my painting so far. I believe the canvas is 36 by 36, so like 3 feet by 3 feet. I had gotten it like I think almost 3 years ago. I think it was 2019 when I got it. Because I'd wanted to like redo a piece of art that I made in high school and like make a new background for it. But I never did that. So, I had just been moving the canvas around every time I needed to get to something else, and it's just been kind of in the way, and I wasn't really sure what to do with it for a while, so I had drawn this a few weeks ago. I feel like something had to have inspired it, but I just kind of like freehanded the little design and then did like colored it in. I don't know why I couldn't think of the words for that. But yeah, and then as you can see on here, like these pieces with white on kind of covering them a little bit. I started doing something else under here, but it just was not looking good at all. And then I decided just to do something kind of like this. Just go all over and do a bunch of different lines that intersect. And then I am using these palette knives, paint knife things. I've got 2 different ones. This is one of them. And then this one. And yeah, I'm just using them, creating a little bit of texture on each piece. I'll show some close-ups eventually. But yeah, so I'm just mixing up the acrylic paint and doing each of these little sections one by one pretty much. And most of them are all different colors. Some of them like the color is the same in a few different spots around it, but for the most part they're changed up between each spot. So I think that's pretty neat. And I feel like I might just be really bad at visualizing numbers or like how many something is. But like literally when I look at this I'm like, there's probably like 30 different pieces. I don't know, like I feel like I can't picture numbers for some reason, but I didn't count one by one, but I had a while ago counted like how many I had done and kind of how many I had left, but it's also hard to count because they're not in rows or anything. It's hard to keep track of when you're counting, but I believe there's about 130 of these little pieces, so that is pretty fun. I'm finally like, I'd say like 3/4 of the way done maybe. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna work on it, kind of show my method, I guess. It's a very experimental piece, like I barely ever paint. I've created like some other small knife paintings, but yeah, I didn't do like a thumbnail or anything for this. I just kind of went to it because I was sick of having this blank canvas that I had to move around every time it was in the way. So for most of the colors, I kind of just like did them and then just kind of, as I was doing the next piece, being like, okay, what will go well next to that? But I've started to map out a tiny bit, not really, like I just mapped out these 3 spots that I want to be some shade of yellow. So I think I'm going to do those next. And when I first started, I was kind of just like going sporadically around the canvas, but now I've been trying to like have this big group, like, because I started like pretty much like around here and then this whole middle area was open. It was really hard to fill in the middle after everything else was done. So now I'm kind of like have this in and then I'm gonna like build outward so it's easier to do rather than like having to go around different pieces. But yeah, so these 3 yellow ones all have things around it. So yeah, I'm gonna start with those ones, kind of show a little bit of my technique of mixing. My setup is very fancy. I have these lids from old IKEA containers. Well, they're not necessarily old, but they're like 5 years old, I don't know. But I'd use these to keep my paint in, like the container part, and then I was using like a little palette thing with like little dots in it, but it just doesn't work very well for mixing and using the palette knife. So these work quite well. You can use both sides. I just washed them, so I still have some paint on them, but yep. So yeah, let's get started with one of the first yellow ones. Okay, so I have one of the yellow spots that's pretty small, so I'll start with that one because I don't have a lot. And I've noticed like you need a lot more than you think to cover the spots because there was a bunch that I had to re-go over because you could just clearly see the canvas or see the paint that I'd done before. And especially to get the texture, you do want like a pretty thick layer. And especially when it dries, you just have to be very careful to cover it evenly. Otherwise, it'll show through. So, yeah, and then what I've been doing is kind of rotating the canvas to get the best angle. Just kind of experimenting with that just because I was like this piece that's way down here. I don't even know if that's on camera. I don't think so. Let's turn it. Okay. But yeah, it's very much easier to do it when it's like about like this height, and it also depends on the angle, so I will turn it as I go around the piece. But yeah, it's this yellow piece right here. I can show that quick. That piece that I marked with a Y right there. That's gonna be the first one to do. Here, and then I'll do some close-up shots of this and the texture going on. Some of the pieces are like more messier, a little bit more see-through than I would have liked, but it looks a lot better from further away. I think it looks pretty good on camera too, but also I've just spent so many hours staring at it and I'm the one who made it, so obviously I'm gonna be more critical than other people would be most likely, so. But yeah, oh, this is the final color, or yeah, so I'm going to use this for this one spot, and then I'm going to change it slightly for each one, especially because I need more paint. It's like a very, I feel like a classic yellow, a little bit mustardy. Kind of a technique I developed is to like mostly clean off the palette knife just so that there's only paint toward like the tip of it, just because it's really easy to like accidentally rest it and hit one of the other spots, and like you have to be really quick to wipe it off. Otherwise, it will dry because acrylic dries pretty quick. So, yeah, I really like using this pointed one for getting into like the corners and any like sharp edges, I guess. And then this more curved one is very good for along like curves, obviously, and it's a smaller like width, so it's better for getting smaller areas. In case anyone is wondering, in case you're new or don't really know who I am or anything, my background, I would not consider myself to be an artist necessarily. I go to an art school, taking a year off, but I do go to an art school, art and design school, but I'm in a design major, product design. Throughout high school and growing up, I did a lot of like more fine art type stuff, but never really painting. I did a lot of like, let's see, I did like mixed media kind of stuff, lots of like pastel drawing and some embroidery stuff, some kind of like sculpting stuff with like wire and clay and stuff like that. So yeah, never really painting that much though. I always wanted to be like really good at painting and like do super realistic stuff. Obviously, this is definitely more just like abstract shapes, but yeah, I thought that might be interesting to know that I'm not like a full artist, or I wouldn't, I mean, I think everyone's an artist. If you do art, you're an artist, but I don't know. Like, I don't call myself an artist if people ask what I am, but, or what I do, whatever. Should I do like a close-up shot? Not that you can answer me, but I think I will. To show a little bit of the technique that I'm doing, in case you wanted to see it. Okay, I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this, but can you even see this? My hand's totally blocking it. I'm gonna put you on this side. So now this corner and this like upper and side, it'll be pretty hard to get it like that. So I'm going to turn the canvas. Yeah, so now it's up here. It's flipped around like 3 times. So yeah, now I'm gonna do this area. It's nice kind of having this on top. I can like hold my pinky like this, which looks a little strange, but it helps to get in that corner. Okay, I feel pretty good with that one. There it is. Very nice. Obviously, it's not perfect. You can only get so much precision with these knives, but I think that adds to the character of it. So, yep. Yeah. So I'm gonna go through and do this one here and this one. I don't know if you can see that. Yep. Okay. This one and this one, which are both supposed to be yellow as well. Gonna add in some white and some other colors to change up the hue of it a little bit. I've got the color mix for the next one. Decided I'm gonna do this one right here. I'm gonna be rotating the canvas again, but this is the color mix. It's like the perfect Laffy Taffy, banana Laffy Taffy color. I'm gonna rotate the canvas again, figure out what the best angle will be. Okay, I think I'm gonna start here. The one I just did is like way over there, so don't have to worry about smudging it, but I usually do with other ones, so. I brought in a light so you can maybe see better now. That one's done. I'm gonna move on to this one right here. All right, that's the final color for this one. Kind of like an orangey yellow. Okay, so I finished this one as well, and I still have a decent amount of paint left, so I think I'm gonna do one that's like on the opposite corner. Let's see if you can see it right here. Yeah, this one. Yeah, because there's not a whole lot of yellow, just this one over here, so I think it'll look good there. I'm gonna add a little bit of white just to make sure it goes all the way. Okay, so I finished that one as well. I'm gonna let these dry since I pretty much have one in like every corner, so it's too risky to do any more right now. And I'm also want to do something else, so yeah, I think for the rest of the painting and the video, I'm just gonna do kind of like a montage or time lapse of filling in other sections. I'm not gonna show mixing and doing all of them like the full thing because that would literally be so long and I don't know if anyone would watch that. So yeah, I will see you when I'm doing some more, and yeah. Boop. Alright, here is the finished painting. I'm very happy with it. I don't know which side is necessarily up, so I'm gonna have to experiment with that. And as you could see, I went around the edges a little bit, not all the way to the edge, because I kind of want to do one of those like floating frames. I'll like insert a picture of what I want to do. So I was looking up frames like that, and they are quite expensive if you get them like, pre-made. So I'm gonna see if my grandpa, who is a carpenter, can maybe help me with making one. I was looking up some tutorials on YouTube, and it doesn't seem too hard, but you do need like some specialized equipment, which I do not have. So we shall see about that, but yeah, I'm very happy with the result. Me and my painting. I really like how many colors it has, and I feel like it'll go with pretty much anything because it has like every color in it. So, yep, very happy about that. Happy to be done with it. It took a long while, but I think the result was worth it. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the painting, please subscribe if you want to. Give the video a like. Happy New Year, and I will be seeing you next week with the next video. Bye!